So this is going to be the desktop report when they receive it. This is exactly what it's going to look like. We got three categories here on the bottom. We have blue, which is observations and information. Take a look at it as very low level items like scratches and wear marks. Orange is going to be the highlighted items. That's going to be in the middle, and then red is going to be the health and safety. Scroll through, you're going to see a lot of photos and a lot of information about the house, and then right here is going to be all the categories as well. On the top, we click on the summary. That's going to shrink the report down. That's going to show us all the highlighted items along with the health and safety. And then for the safety concerns, we click on that section and everything populates from there. For the first one, on the exterior for the barbecue island, since it is on the outside, we should have GFI outlets that are connected to the barbecue island. GFIs are going to be those that have that red and black reset button. And you'll see those typically in like the bathrooms and the kitchens, anything that's close to a water source. Attic, termite guy mentioned it, but I did see them as well. We do have some rodent droppings in there. They are old, but definitely some rodent droppings in there. No GFI protection upstairs in that little bar area since we are close to a water source. This outlet next to it needs to be GFI protected, and this is a good example of what it looks like as well. Same for the washer and dryer, so laundry area. We want to make sure those are GFI protected. The outlet that's close to the sink is GFI protected, but these two now are recommended because we are close to a water source. That's all for the health and safety. Now we're going to move on to the action items. On the exterior, some stucco chips and damage in a couple of areas around the house. We do have some common cracks. Settlement, concrete, and stucco are always guaranteed to crack, so you're always going to see and have those types of issues. Penetrations, anything that goes through the wall, so hose bibs, anything like that. You want to seal and caulk around those. It looks like they've had some previous repairs here, so they might have had a sediment crack and then repatched this area. This is going to be on the left side, or sorry, the right side of the house. On the right side, also, we don't have any concrete there, so it's all just dirt and the wood chips. So when it rains, water is going to puddle up and bounce back on the stucco from that side. That same area, that's the only area that does not have any drainage around there. So on the right side, there's no drainage. So my guess is when it rains and stuff, we don't want any flooding or puddling in that area. Vegetation, trees, bushes, anything like that are too close or touching the structure, we want at least 6 inches to 12 inches away from any stucco or any siding, just so no moisture gets stuck inside and in between. Wood, so we have wood and wrought iron fencing. The wood fencing, we just have some areas that have some damage, and then some material that's damaged or loose. So this pole right here is just a little bit loose on that part. Barbecue island, this is very common. You're going to have rodent activity underneath there, so droppings and things like that. The barbecue sink has an active leak as well, so I think it's coming from the fixture part. So maybe just replacing that fixture and it'll get rid of that leak underneath there. You do have hot and cold behind there because they just tapped in from the kitchen sink area, so that's pretty cool. As far as the barbecue island, the igniter or the self-igniter doesn't work, but if you turn the knob and put a lighter to it, it will self-ignite from there. There's a gas shutoff on the back side of the barbecue island over here. So it was in off position. I turned it on, checked it, and then I turned it back off. So if they ever want to use it, just turn it on from that section over here. Foundation, this is just like some stucco chips and damage on the siding. So underneath this is again going to be on the right side. Some of the stucco is just chipping in that general area. Roof, it's kind of a mixed thing. I want to say 10-15 years or so is when the roof was either replaced or had some repairs on it. Tree growth, this tree is too close for touching the structure, so again we want to cut that back. We'll stay in this general area and we'll talk about those stainings as well, but we can come back to this photo so I can show them what I was actually talking about. We do have some tiles that are cracked, so this is going to be out in the front right here. We have another one up in this general corner and then one in here as well. No signs of any stainings in the attic part. but we do have that staining that's in the dining and fancy room over here.
Okay.
The
fancy room.
Fancy room, that's what I like to call it. So we do have gutters on the left side and the front and the back side of the house. On the right side, we don't have any gutters as well.
Okay.
So it's a good idea to put gutters on that side.
Do you know why some people do that? Like if they're gonna do gutters, they might as well go all the way around.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they would not, but definitely on the ground you can see like a line straight from where all the water drops.
Okay,
from there.
so it didn't look like it used to have it and it fell up. Okay.
No.
They just simply did.
Yeah. We talked about the rodent activity. We talked about the GFIs. Main panel is going to be on the left side of the house. 200 amps. Everything looks pretty good in there. We just have some rusting and corrosion.
Okay.
Yeah. 200 amps with the solar.
You're good.
Yeah. That's more than enough for this size. This is going to be the receptacle that's out in the front. It's just a little bit loose, so you want to tighten it down. These two light bulbs are. You just have to replace the light bulbs. I can see.
Too bad
why.
we can't fly. Maybe that's why he hasn't.
That's why they haven't replaced them,
Okay,
because it's way up high.
Yeah, we'll have to get some like scaffolding, remove all that wrought iron look
Yeah.
in the windows,
Yeah.
and then do that at the same time.
Some of the light fixtures, especially the ones in the bedrooms, do have some rusting and corrosion, moisture when they take a hot shower and things like that. Steam, that's what gets it all corroded. That hose bib that's going to be, I believe, on the left side of the house. When you turn it on, the stem or the top part, the handle, just has a little bit of a leak.
Okay.
The water heater, I'm going to say it's over 10 years old. They have it covered or insulated, but I can tell by the colors of like the age.
Yeah.
I think definitely in the 2005, probably the original one.
Okay.
We are missing a sediment trap on the gas line. That's just a new standard that they have out now.
Yeah.
And then we're also missing a drip pan underneath.
Okay. You know, it's so crazy though, they didn't put the drip pan when they added the thermal expansion tank. Or the sediment trap or any of those.
But I can probably see why they didn't add the drip pan, because that's like a 75-gallon tank and it's really heavy to lift it up. But they did put the expansion tank on there. AC and heater, they're both 2005, so you have two units, one for the downstairs, one for the upstairs. We do have some rusting on the outside, on the condensers. The insulation line, so this foam insulation line right here, it's made out of foam, so it's going to be brittle, so we have some damage and things like that on there. You could put a new foam piece around it. This is probably where the rodents are coming from, so these holes go all the way up into the ceiling, or into the attic, sorry. You want to seal that area up so no rodents or anything find their way to come inside.
Okay.
Same thing with the heaters, they're original ones. The upstairs unit, so I did turn it on, it does work.
Okay.
Both air conditioning and heating work perfectly. But the unit for the upstairs, I did turn it on, but on the front of it, it says the heat exchanger is cracked or broken. I would get that further evaluated just to see if they actually fixed it or not,
Okay.
because we can't really tell if the heat exchanger is cracked or broken. Only HVAC techs would be able to do that.
I know he said he religiously had it serviced every 6 months or something, so
Okay.
we'll definitely ask him about that.
I would just see, because there's no date or anything on there,
Yeah.
but it doesn't hurt to double check so it's not, because heat exchanger, if they're cracked, we're having carbon monoxide and things like that get thrown into the... And then same as the water heater for the gas lines on the furnace, we want to make sure there's a sediment trap on there.
Okay.
Garage, this is right where the water heater is located. This area right here looks like it's been repaired.
Yeah, that was that came up. It was a hotline water leak.
Okay. So they had that replaced.
So yeah,
Cool.
they had it properly replaced with insurance,
Cool.
which is good.
Kitchen, just some corrosion on the shutoff valves, and then underneath the sink itself does have some rusting and corrosion.
Okay.
Besides that, everything else pretty much is working great. Dishwasher, cooktop, ovens, microwaves, things like that, they're all working great. We do have some wear marks and things like that, scratches on the cabinets, but that's going to be in the blue items. Some of the windows, so these are dual pane windows. There's a seal that's on the inside. When it does get hot, that seal tends to get big, starts bulging out just a little bit. And then this is going to be in the downstairs office. This left window here, when you lift it up, it kind of wants to go to the side. So the vertical lift assists are
So
failing.
you just have to really make sure you go.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, you can put it up, but when you put it down, it's gonna have to go kind of at an angle, so that way it stays up because those assists there are not working. This right here is in the master bathroom. Just probably when they shower and stuff, water drips and splashes. So it's dry at this time right now. We got those stainings in the ceiling. They're all dry as of right now.
Perfect. I love your heat gun. Thank you. Or your what is it? Isn't it
Thermal imaging camera.
Yeah, that thing is amazing.
So with those stains in the ceiling, we'll go back to the roof
Okay.
section. So my guess is it's coming from this area over here. So we have the solar panels that are covering it. My guess is probably before they put the solar panels on, they had that damage, and then they fixed it, put the solar panels on, and that's why it's been there for a very long time. I don't see any lines or water lines or anything like that that are going to be going into that area. So I think it's just from the solar panel, or before they put the solar panels on, they might have had a leak or something around there.
Okay.
So, but you can always double check with a roofer just to double check and triple check and make sure everything is good. Flooring, we have some scratches, wear marks, things like that. It's very normal with hardwood. This is going to be the downstairs hall bathroom. The baseboard just has some moisture staining over here. And again, it's all dry.
Okay.
Fireplace is just built up inside, so definitely get it cleaned out. The fancy area, I got that to turn on. This one here in the living room, since they do have that actual real wood, we don't turn it on, but I just turned the gas on and I smelled the gas coming through. So I'm sure it just works.
Thank you.
We just don't want to burn some wood right now. This is the downstairs office bedroom that has the bathroom that's connected to it. These hardware are all rusted.
Okay.
So I would recommend replacing those.
There were exhaust fans in each of the bathrooms,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah. I'm not sure how that got rusted so quick.
Yeah,
I mean,
maybe
maybe
some people get cold and they don't turn on the exhaust fan when they're showering.
that, or to be honest with you, because we're where we are in Carlsbad, if they have the windows open and things like that,
Yeah.
metal will get rusted quickly.
Okay.
No. Corrosion on the shutoff valves, that's very normal with all the hard water that we have here. Very minimal corrosion, so you can replace them or just leave them, but it's going to always happen. Corrosion on the drain lines as well too. That same office bathroom, bedroom bathroom, the toilet is loose down there, so just get that nice and tidy. Corrosion on the shutoff valves for the toilets and the bathrooms, this diverter piece, so when you lift this up, water stops coming out from the bottom and shoots to the top, but with these we still have a little bit of water that comes down and drips. It's very normal. It's just the door flap mechanism that's on there. Over time that gets corroded and then it doesn't engage properly.
Okay.
If you replace it, 6 months to a year, you have to replace it again.
Okay.
That's just the hard water that we have here. Fixtures have corrosion and stuff on there as well. Again, obviously due to all the hard water. The drain lines, this one is the upstairs second bedroom that has the bathroom.
Second ensuite bath?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
See, it's one. I know hall bath.
You're like, you know that other bathroom?
The drain line just has a little bit of corrosion on there as well too.
Okay.
Nothing too crazy on that part. This is the master bathroom tub. So this right here, the valve stops. So when you turn it on, it goes all the way from like hot, and then when you turn it off, it's supposed to stop. With this one, I can just keep spinning it.
Oh.
360 degrees.
So
You have to
that's just
find the.
It's like an owl.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Okay, so you just find the sweet spot to where it turns off.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's probably the gears were loose or something like that, but it turns off. I got it to turn off. It's just you have to like play around with it.
Okay.
And then the master bathroom shower door frame, corrosion on the bottom part over
Just
here.
needs some caulking.
It's a little CLR will take care of it. But yeah, just a little bit of corrosion and rusting on that
Right.
bottom part. And that's all.
Okay. For that faucet handle, if we just change out that entire fixture, it'll. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, cool. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you. Say bye.
Bye.